We made something happen, I guess.
All right, you guys. I'm here downtown Vancouver, Washington, close to Esther Short Park, I believe. And here's the DFS. We're in front of a drunk woman here. Some people.
This is his tweet.
I don't care.
What do you want me to say?
Our black
Okay, I'll
people
read it. Since
are
you refuse to
being
read it.
murdered.
Police
And
pull
why
me
are
over.
you
I'm
okay
gonna just
with
start
it?
shooting. This
Why are
is
you okay? That's why I have black
and then
kids.
I hang
You
with
want to make
Pimps,
it
gang members, and
I
drug
know.
dealers.
I'm on
Who
your
tweets
side.
that?
I want you to understand
tweets
that.
that?
I do not.
He was part of a drug investigation. He has.
What's the
here's
tweet?
the evidence.
Can you read
Here's
the
the
tweet,
evidence
bro?
right here. No, right here.
Can you read it
says
out?
right here. Yeah, sure. These are 4 different tweets that he said. So 8/24/2020, he said, "Police pull me over. I'ma just start shooting before them." And then 9/27/2020, he tweeted, "I hang with pimps, gang members, and drug dealers."
Yeah.
Who not as a drug dealer, under a police investigation by the Clark County Sheriff's Office doing their job, going to pull him over and serve an investigation. Maybe he's innocent. I don't know. Maybe this is just a tweet. Maybe he wants fame. Whatever it is, I don't know. But if you're saying that, and then the Clark County Police Department comes out and they say we pulled him over due to a drug investigation and he started shooting at us, so our officers returned fire. This is what happened. These are the facts. They don't know what
That's
happened.
some pretty damning evidence.
This is facts.
Yeah.
This is him, and this is his neighbor who's known him for 7 years.
Yeah.
Who told me he literally lived with him. He's offered him coke many times. He went to high school with him. He was a coke dealer in high school.
Oh, not at all. I mean, not that I caught. I can't say that you didn't to them, but no, not that I caught at all.
Right, you came with them? I was here by myself minding my own business. Lean, get them under
Oh,
control.
that's right.
Hey,
Yeah, I feel that. Let's
you
go.
get them under
Yeah.
control, please? I'm not going with you.
Too much presence in video.
How you doing, man?
Just get your people under control, because we have ours under control. Everybody here is talking quietly. No need.
Make
No.
America great again. When was America ever
Hey,
fucking
buddy.
great?
Can you turn the video off and audio only?
I hang with pimps,
Yeah, I can point it away.
gang members, and drug dealers. This is your boy, KP on Twitter. KP money sign.
I heard someone was telling me that you were the man that was shot and killed. They said you were his neighbor.
Live their life as bad choices. Sometimes
That is correct. I was his neighbor a while ago, before we entered high school.
Okay.
And you can ask any of my neighbors. They were good people. But
I don't fucking care. I'm a libertarian.
I was friends with Kevin for a long time, and it was kind of offsetting that he was shot and killed. But the fact that he was running from police after being investigated for drug charges, because there was a drug unit there in the first place. So he was running from police, ended up shooting at the police, and in order for police to stay alive, they have to defend themselves, and they're trained to do what they do. And they shot back, and unfortunately for Kevin, he was shot and killed in that case. Now, if this was flipped around the other way, you wouldn't be hearing about this on the news. But since it's the color and the media is twisting it, half these people here, no, more than half these people here, because I asked everybody that is yelling in my face, I'm like, do you know the man that was shot? Do you even know his name? Do you know where he came from? Because I do. And none of them can answer me. They don't know what happened. They just know his name. That's what they're screaming, and they're screaming in my face, although I refuse to do that. And it's kind of hard to talk to them when they're yelling over you. And
Well,
they're definitely...
I think that woman right now that's screaming in the background that you were trying to talk to, I think she's drunk also. So.
Well, that's clear to say, but...
Can I ask you, the person that pointed me out to you said he was showing me the tweets that Kevin Peterson, right?
Yes.
That he was putting out yesterday evening. He says...
known as KP.
KP?
Well, that's what people started calling him after
Okay.
he was like in high school. That's
And
the
then,
last I
it
remember.
shows at 11:24 or 8:24 last night that he's saying he's going to start shooting at the cops. Does that the person you know?
I haven't seen those tweets where that was said he's gonna shoot at the cops. But I did see the tweet that said that if the cops pull him over, he's gonna shoot them first. That way they can't shoot him.
Yeah, I think that's the same tweet. Does that sound in character with the person that you knew? Does that sound like something he might tweet?
The last few years that I knew him, I didn't know him as the Kevin that I grew up with.
Yeah.
And he was just a high school kid, funny, loud, cool kid, but you know, selling drugs and running away from the police, carrying a weapon, most likely not registered, from what I've heard. Shooting at the police is not going to get you anywhere far in life, as you've seen on the news. There's a lot of this nonsense going on, chaos. You don't really need to be doing this. to prove a point. You don't need to be running from the police, and definitely not tweeting about shooting the police if you're gonna get pulled over.
Into a different person, like you were trying to describe, like what might have caused that change in behavior in him?
I'm not really sure, but I didn't want to mention this to begin with because I know what people are gonna think right off the bat if I start speaking negative words. But there was a lot of rowdiness before the high school days, which is kind of what, you know, evolved into this drug situation. But he was always a rowdy kid. He was never like a you never knew what to expect from Kevin.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I know his parents, and me and his parents got along. Me and his other brothers got along. And I believe Kevin may have not, I don't know if he was a stepchild or not, but that doesn't matter. But his parents treated him like his own. There was a mother and a father at home. I don't know what may have caused this, but it ends up this way, and I guarantee you if color wasn't involved, there wouldn't be anything going on here in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Because I grew up here, and I know the people around here. I grew up in Vancouver, Washington. Most of my life. I was actually born in Battleground. Moved to Vancouver when I was 4 years old. And there was never any kind of diversity. That was over in Portland. I never thought I'd see this here in Vancouver, but thankfully there was no craziness going on. Nothing was burning. So after all, I think it's a good night. Unfortunately, you know, a man was shot, but of course the media is going to twist this and make it a Black Lives Matter thing. And all the Black Lives Matter people that are shouting are either intoxicated or they don't really know who the guy is and why he got shot and what he was even doing with his life. That's all I got to say.
I saw a bunch of tweets today from Black Lives Matter types that were saying that the only thing that matters is that a black guy got shot by police. And all the other stuff they don't even want to hear. They don't care about the surroundings, the details, anything. And
the thing is, did you see how much police were over here just a second ago?
Yeah.
If this was a violent crowd, they wouldn't have left.
Yeah.
So that kind of explains it. And I don't see any Antifa members yelling in our face anymore.
Yeah.
That's why it kind of de-escalated and became a calm situation again.
Yeah. All right.
So there's no need for any kind of violent activity.
I agree.
Have a good night, sir. I appreciate
you. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hey, man. Thanks.
I appreciate you, brother. Glad I got you in contact with him.
Thanks, man. I'm Villain Ford. I'm on the Patriot side. They're looking for me right now, so if you guys see me get jumped, help me out.
We will.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. I think they're just on the other side over here.
Who wants to go watch people
And it was like saying that there's a bunch of fucking action going on. There's a bunch of Antifa pinning down people. It was so fucking weird. She like pulled up and she's like, "Oh, there's a bunch of patriots pinned down at the Burgerville up at the top of Main Street." And we're like, well, why the fuck would you just like pull up in an unmarked car?
I thought you were singing against the Black Lives Matter and Antifa riders. Usually call themselves patriots, and everybody, that's just the label. So she probably thought you were Proud Boys and wanted you to go help them. Well, you look like a country boy. You're a little big. You're a Bubba. You look like you could beat some people up. So they probably thought.
No, I'm not. I'm very open-minded to like everyone's ideas.
Well,
like,
we're not talking about you being a
we
brute.
were up at Highway 99 and there was like people yelling and screaming. I'm like, whoa, dude. What's the fucking point of you guys fucking yelling and screaming at each other right now? Fuck that shit. Come on, guys. Let's, like, what's your bias? What's this guy's bias? Like, come on, let's figure this fucking shit out. Like, really, like, that. There's no need for any of this right now. Well, you know what I mean? Like, I'm all about peaceful protesting, peaceful. But when the shit's where I'm like, okay, no, that's not what I'm all about. You know what I mean? Together, figure the fucking shit out, shake hands, and go, okay, well, I'm gonna lose on this one, and maybe in the next 4 years we'll win this one. And vice versa, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like, just.
Oh, here it goes. That makes no sense.
I gotta send a text out. Who's your name?
Villain.
I'm sorry.
V-I-L-L.
I'm an immigrant.
That's
I'm a
okay.
poor immigrant. I don't know.
It's a weird spelled word too. V-I-L-L-A-I-N.
L-L-I-A-N. Villain.
Sorry guys, I know this stream sucks, I assume, but my self-service is just not not working. So screw you, Xfinity cell service. Bunch of liars.
I am not resisting. I am just going over here. I gotta go that way anyway.
There's the sheriff's department up here. Trey over there. Hey Trey, how you doing, man? Stay safe. Yep. Yeah. That kind of describes me other than my travels too. I was up in Hazeldale a little bit ago. I think I came a little before 9. Oh, do you? All right, on. Over there. On this side so I can film these. We're just trying to get on the other side of you so I can film these. Just since about 9, you might want to be careful around me because apparently there's a bunch of people telling me Antifa streamers are trying to target me and find me. Oh, they're trying to find you? Yeah. You get in with them? I mean, do they leave you alone?
I don't know any of them now. I've met them up here a lot, so they come.
Yeah.
Where did he go? I'm tracking Logan right now. They're marching this way. This way? A huge fucking group of chads about 3 blocks back.
I have okay, he's down the road. Oh, which one? Did they go the other way? No, they didn't. I'm tracking Jared. They're down here.
Is anybody that is able to text me? Want to tell me where things are? Yeah, I know that. Found him, yeah. anybody have info? Is there a police sign up here? Huh. don't know, in Hazeldale, Washington, which is the Vancouver, Washington area, a man was being chased by the Clark County Drug Task Force. He ended up getting pursued into the U.S. Bank parking lot, and he opened fire on the police as per a police report that was put out by the sheriff today. And the police returned fire at the man, Kevin Peterson, and he did die of those injuries. Today, several hundred Antifa, Black Lives Matter types have started up in Hazeldale, Washington, and created a memorial at the U.S. Bank for Kevin Peterson, who was shot and killed. Now they've moved down to downtown Vancouver, and they're marching through the streets here. About 300 to 500 of them marching through the streets. There are also patriot groups and Proud Boys out and about as well. Interviewed a man a little bit ago, just audio, he didn't want to be on camera, said he was a neighbor and a friend of the deceased Kevin Peterson for a couple of years, and more so in high school and childhood. And talked to him about that a little bit. He seemed like he wasn't surprised too much as to the change in behavior from when he knew him from a kid. Knew he was a drug dealer. Somebody showed me a tweet that the deceased put out yesterday, right before getting arrested or getting shot at, saying that he was going to shoot at the police first because he didn't want to be taken down. Saw a bunch of tweets today from Black Lives Matter Antifa types saying the only thing that matters is a black man was shot by the police. Don't care about any other the details or circumstances or anything like that. Point out to those of you that are kind of small government people, patriot type people that want more freedom, don't want our freedoms in America being restricted. Constantly, groups like this are marching through the streets at nighttime, rioting, breaking windows, accosting people, attacking businesses. And it's not put down. But all of America right now, police officers are being ordered by the state to stop religious gatherings, stop birthday parties, stop other kind of parties where people are meeting up together. But then they don't use the force to put stuff like this down. While it's kind of nonsense that the idea that all police are bastards or all police are racist, that kind of stuff's nonsense. But we do need to keep an eye on our government from becoming tyrannical and letting people gain power that shouldn't have power. Things are happening in America more and more to where individual rights are being taken away, and they're using these young as pawns to keep people from speaking out, keep people from standing up for their country, to go get a better vantage point. But you guys need to be aware, like, we can't just draw this like hardcore Patriots line. Like, we're the Patriots and we're gonna back anything that the government does or the police do. Like, yeah, we need to back our police officers right now that are like having such a shitty time and being treated so bad. But we also need to hold our police officers accountable. We definitely need to hold our government accountable. I mean, how you doing? But we are at, in my opinion, we're at a potential point where we could lose our free society in America because people are just letting it go. Like, a lot of people criticize the Proud Boys because they're so rowdy and they just like kind of pick fights, but those are some of the only people that are coming out to stand up against this stuff. Like, those of you that criticize the Proud Boys for their behavior and the way they go about things, I don't see any of you guys coming out to stop riots or to stand up against these people. You Black Lives Matter people that follow me hate my guts. I've told you to your faces many times, you show me an unjust police shooting, I'll be out here in the streets marching with you. You show me an innocent man that was shot by the police and was completely unjust, I'll be out here rioting, not rioting, but I'll be out here marching with you. But the idea that people are going to come out and just riot and attack the cities, attack businesses, attack people just because merely a black man was shot, no concern for the reason, no concern for the circumstances, that's not just. It's just mob rule. I hear people shouting 9 p.m. tomorrow, so it sounds like they're disbanding probably. don't even really care if these people march to the streets like this for their cause. Everybody's got the right to free speech, but the fact that it's being done at night all the time is partially just to disrupt people's lives and keep people awake and terrorize people. Looks like everybody's getting ready to leave. The majority of people. Going on here. So yesterday in Hazelville, Washington, that's the outskirts of Vancouver, Washington, a man was being followed and tracked by the Clark County, that's Vancouver County, Clark County Sheriff's and Drug Task Force. They followed him into a U.S. bank parking lot in Hazelville. The police report says that the man, Kevin Peterson, opened fire on the police. Police returned fire on him and he died of injuries. Earlier tonight, several hundred Antifa Black Lives Matter types showed up at the bank and created a memorial there. And they gathered in a couple hundred, 300 to 500 people, and just rallied around the bank. A bunch of patriots and Proud Boys and other anti-Black Lives Matter, anti-Antifa types showed up as well to counter-protest. Thank you for that, Daryl. I see that pop up. Appreciate that. But a bunch of those types showed up to counter-protest. I'm gonna dip to another spot here for some logistical reasons. But anyways, so that's what happened. A black man was killed by police yesterday. There's someone who showed me earlier tweets of him saying that he was going to shoot the cops before they shot him. And so they met up in Hazeldale and they switched to come down to downtown Vancouver, where we're at right now. There's just a couple hundred protester types around, spray painting on things and vandalizing things and marching through the neighborhoods. Look, this is how it park's supposed to look. Look how beautiful it is. Nice and clean. Playground where kids can play. There's a bunch of spray paint now over there. It's, nothing like the parks in front of the federal building that's just been destroyed and ruined. So somebody in my chat or somebody that can text me, I got a super chat. Oh, Chrysanthemum, sent me 1999 super chat. Thank you, Chrysanthemum. Appreciate that. Can anybody tell me if they have moved back up to Hazeldale to the 99 Saloon? Like people were saying that they were trying to burn that down earlier and that they're going to try it again later. People are leaving. They're leaving. They're putting an announcement out to meet back up tomorrow at 9, and the numbers are dwindling. Over there, they're facing the stonework entrance to the park. The beanie here, but whenever I'm at an event, he's a filmer. I've got a camera with him, and he usually follows me around and tells me I don't know if he's Antifa or what, but he likes to follow me around. Vancouver, Washington, this is across the river. Stay on the move. ACLU's here. Saw the green hats earlier. There's the green hats there. Green helmet hats. A lot of the residents of these apartment buildings are coming out to their cars and getting their cars out of the neighborhood. See, the minute I walk over this way, this guy followed me back over here. I don't know who that guy is, but he's always in my tail at any of these events. Some of the Patriots now. A lot of eyes on me. How you guys doing? I'm live. Hi. Yep. You guys gonna walk in there?
Thinking about it.
Yeah. It's pretty calm right now.
Yeah, but somebody said there's a bigger group somewhere down there.
They all marched in here like 300 or 500 just a minute ago. They announced that there's gonna be like 9 o'clock tomorrow, and they start scattering. There's the usual suspects over there like Hacker and Hot Wheels but they're just kind of hanging out, partying over there, tagging things up. But I think for the most part everybody's left. I heard earlier they were gonna head back up to the saloon to try to get that, but I don't know. But they've definitely dispersed. Like probably a quarter of them are left here.
And it's all calm.
Yeah, they're just kind of hanging out, partying over there. Would the Proud Boys go back up to protect the saloon? Or? Uh-huh. So you got two blocks straight? Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna walk that way and just see things. It seems pretty calm over there. I was able to walk up pretty close. But, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's not us.
You're not us.
Why me though? They're actually they're hunting me right now. There's several of
Yeah,
the.
but can they tell it's you though?
They've
You're not dressed. I almost didn't recognize you.
they've got a couple of me that had me on stream, so they probably do.
Yes. You change your stuff so somebody's hard for you to.
You usually have the patriotic thing going on, so I can usually tell. So.
Yeah, that gets me targeted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks like they're shifting up there. I'm gonna go check out the Patriot group up there. Let's see you guys. I think it's the movie Lawless. Might be Lawless. I can't remember. One of those types of movies where they try to like go through one town, old-timey town, and all the men and the sheriff are at the oh man, Starbucks here. We got a Starbucks here. They're bashing the windows in. So
You did this?
a group down there, I would guess.
You don't know though.
No, I didn't see it. I'm just seeing it for the first time. Is this your store?
No, but it's part of our association.
Yeah.
No one's been inside though. Doesn't look like.
Yeah, there's no hole big enough to go inside
Mike,
except for right there. But
someone's broken 3 windows.
anyways, our cities are so divided and cut up, and there's this book you guys should read. You guys, most people are gonna hate the author because he's probably is some of the bad isms that people call and throw at people. But his name's E. Michael Jones. And I think the book is called The Destruction of Cities. I think that's what it's called. But it describes how the U.S. government purposely broke up monocultures in the 50s, I think in the 60s, and went in and segregated cities, but not segregated in the sense that you're thinking of, just like black and white, but just they broke up all the religious neighborhoods and all the communities that were tightly knit and lived together, and they integrated them all with each other, so that and that destroyed the fabric of the communities and the strength that they have. Nowadays, most people often don't know who their neighbors are. You pretty much don't know most of the people in the apartment building you live in the town you live in, and there's no strength and unity there. So like, riots can come in through your neighborhood and you can't get enough people to stand up against it and unify, or politicians will create laws that are not in your interest and you can't get enough people to unify and stand against it. But it's scary how divided the country is, and when you look into things that seem to suggest that that was done on purpose. Divide and conquer. But
We're all right there.
the riders, most of them went home. A small group left. Is there somewhere where most of the Patriots are at right now?
I think a lot of favorite people down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what that is up there?
It's been that way for a long time though.
All right. Let's see what all these police cars are up here. I smell fire. How you guys doing?
Not too bad, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. You guys smell fire? I wonder if this up here is the police blocking off the off-ramp from the highway into downtown. Go check it out. Got nothing else to do. So I'm going to freeze the stream just for a second so I can send out some pictures of Black Rebel's wounds he sent me. So I'm not turning it off, I'm just going to freeze it for just a second. I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, I'm back. If you guys want to check out my last post on Twitter and Facebook, you can see the injury that Black Rebel had from rocks being thrown at him up at Hazeldale by the 99 Saloon tonight. Looks like he had a pretty good little injury, so it went all the way to the bone. It was a mostly peaceful rock, though. I'm walking up here, scene of a bunch of sirens, or excuse me, police lights. Go see what this is up here. Looks like I'm assuming it's just a barricade for one of the main arteries to enter into Vancouver, downtown Vancouver from the highway. Let's see. A lot of halfway houses and rehab facilities in this area. It kind of drives a certain kind of demographic. Hello, how are you doing?
All right, how are you?
I'm fine. Can you imagine living in a country like Middle East country like Serbia was, or right? Serbia's not Middle East, but the word I'm looking for. I'm brain farting right now. Country that's just. Anyways, one of these countries is getting destroyed by ISIS in war, and you just have no standard of safety ever. The idea that you can walk through the city and go about your day, park your car without it getting attacked. It drives me nuts that these people are allowed to just go around and destroy things. Even just spray painting on the city parks and destroying the beauty there. Why is our country allowing this? So I'm going to pause just for a second and pull up my press pass in case these officers want it. Up to these officers and see if I can ask them a couple questions. I have my face covered, so see if I can play this out.
Closed. If you go another way.
I just kind of coming. I'm an independent media.
Okay.
I'm just documenting what's going on here.
Okay.
Can you tell me why this is closed off here?
Because it's closed. You can turn around and go the other way, please.
Is this just going into the neighborhood, so you've shut it off so that the riders can't come in this way? I can show you my press pass real fast, but please, I'm second, guys. So there's just a bridge that is going from downtown into another part of Vancouver, into a more residential area. The officers didn't really want to talk too much, but understandably, but they just got that bridge blocked off, so it's a main artery into another part of the city. Everybody's saying hey to Gator in here. I don't see any comments about Gator though. Oh, there's Angry R. All my angry guys are in here. I'm not seeing Gator in here though. Alright. So, I just wanted to go see what that was. See, that's one of the things, and please take my words with nuance. I'm not talking bad about those officers at all, because they're doing their job and they're keeping these people from destroying the city, and they're keeping them from going into other parts of the city where people's houses are. But I walk up there and show my press pass, and I asked why the bridge is closed, and they just firmly, I turned the mic off so I could show them my press pass, and they wouldn't say my name on accident. But I asked them why the bridge is closed, and they just kind of firmly barked back at me, the bridge is closed, we're not giving interviews. And can I understand, I probably think I'm one of the Antifa, but at the same time, that's not what this country is. We have a right to public information and public knowledge. If the city is making a public decision, it needs to be publicly displayed. And I understand there's nuances with that, with can't say everything, so that the other side and the rioters can't know everything and reroute around all the spots. But at the same time, so I'm very thankful for our police officers and what they do. At the same time, there's sometimes this attitude that police officers can bark at you and order you around when you're not committing crimes. I know. Believe me, these last couple months have made me thankful for police officers more and more and more. But as far as the authority of the state, we the people are the authority. The state has no right to be barking us and telling us what to do as long as we're not costing other people's rights. But, some crazy laws have been passed a couple months from these riots, you guys, and some of these laws seem to be targeting rioter types and criminals, but they can just as easily be turned against us. I support my police officers. I'm thankful for them. But at the same time, the police officers are the ones arresting people at religious gatherings. They're arresting people that are exercising their freedom of assembly rights against COVID laws. So I'm not a person that just stands on one side or the other. I take issues as they come. So Gator 7 says, playing Eve in the eye in the sky for you, Bill. Thanks, man. Playing eye in the sky for me. All right. I see what you're saying. Right on, Gator. Keep an eye on me from the sky. But seriously though, what I'm saying is that we can't. I got a lot of crap from a lot of people. A lot of people came down pretty hard on me, and I may have spoken sensationally. But that night that the Portland police officers were pushing the rioters down on the ground, they're trying to get up, push them down, push them into trees, push them into walls, and it wasn't the end of the world. Don't get me wrong. If people are committing crimes and they need to be roughed up in order to catch them, in order to arrest them, then do so. Rough them up. I don't have any problem with that. But that night, they weren't arresting the people that they were pushing around. It was just kind of a game of dominance and humiliation. And while many of us, or some of you might have enjoyed seeing that because of the months and months of rioting going on and without them getting consequences, it is a dangerous, dangerous precedent for police officers to be able to use force against American citizens without arresting them, without having a justified crime being done. We don't want to go there. Just 10 years ago, people would have been hard to believe. It would have been hard for people to believe that the government was going to shut down churches and tell people when and when they cannot meet for church and how many people can meet in a church building. But that's happening.
Hey, miss. Hey, miss. Hey, miss, look. I'll prove a point. I'll just prove a point. Ready?
If you shoot me, I have 3 black daughters at home.
Nobody's shooting.
I have 3 black daughters at home.
We're not that crazy, all right? Y'all think that we may be
You
crazy?
understand that your homie who just crossed up at Sideswipe just ran through the protesters? There are dead people 2 blocks
Where?
down.
Who did?
For the other, listen.
Can I ask you a question?
Get on your phone.
Can I ask, are you out here to support the...
I'm out here to support Black Lives Matter because I have 3 black daughters at home.
So you're out here because a black man was killed yesterday and
Yeah.
you're out here to show...
And-
Hold on a second, guys. I want to ask you a question.
Whether he
Let me ask
committed
this
a crime
question.
or not,
You're out here to support his death, right?
I'm not here to support his death, no.
No, you're out to support the
I'm
the
supporting,
cause. He got...
let's put more funding into police training.
Okay, my question is, if you're out here for the cause, why the hell are you out here drinking and getting drunk? Is it a
Because
party
I'm
or are
not
you out
getting
here to
drunk.
support
I
something?
am not. I just got off work. I work 60 hours a week to provide for my 3 children. And if I have a fucking beer after work, that does not change my mind or make me intoxicated.
But are you here to support a
drink
cause
beer.
or are you here to get drunk?
I am here to support a fucking cause, and while I'm walking down the street scared as fuck of people like you, I will drink a beer because guess what? If you turn around and shoot me, this is the last thing I have.
Why would we shoot you?
Have you not been around what's going on?
You know what I mean? Well, no.
seen her earlier. She's drunk AF. I hate that disingenuous BS about, oh, I'm out here for a cause, I'm fighting for a cause. Somebody died. I'm out here fighting for justice and truth and blah blah blah. But I'm just gonna get drunk AF while I'm doing that. Like, yeah, you guys all know I like to get drunk AF too. And I've been on a couple streams where I'm just BSing with people calling in, or one time I got on in the middle of the night and did a stream when Jay's killer got shot, because I was already having a couple drinks that night, just relaxing, and then that situation fucked me up. What'd you say?
That car right there was just shooting.
They were shooting?
Not that one. The one right there, turning right now. We just started shooting.
Just right now?
Just now, just up the corner, bro.
Oh, I thought those were mortar shells.
No, he started shooting.
The gunshots?
Yeah, he rammed another car head on.
And that goes for all sides, you guys, even the Patriot side. You guys are out here during this kind of stuff, just getting drunk, turning it into a party. Get a clue.
Go down. Go south, get out of there.
Don't get me wrong, man. People need to party and let loose and enjoy themselves. You know I do too much probably, but coming out on either side and saying you're defending justice and truth and just getting drunk out here, it's definitely a conflict of between what you're doing and what you're saying. Police line up here. Police line here. We're at Esther Street and 11th, and got a lot of police officers around here. Some people say that a car just shot gunfire over here. I'm not sure what's going on. I have press credentials. I can show them. Do I need to leave too? You good? I'm going to walk up and show the police my press credentials and make sure if I need to leave or not. So I'm going to freeze this for just a moment and mute it. Alright guys, it's a little unclear if I'm allowed to be here as press or not, so I talked to the police and I offered to show my press credentials. I told them that I'll leave if they tell me to leave. The sheriff's department just had a loudspeaker saying that this has been declared an unlawful assembly and that people need to leave. I asked the press, I tried to show them my press pass, but couldn't get too close to them. No, it's the Clark County Sheriff's Office. Unlawful assembly. Subject to arrest.
Pursuant to RCW 9A84020, please continue on the sidewalks southbound on 11 or southbound on Franklin. Stay out of the roadway and continue southbound on Franklin. Failure to leave could result in the use of force against you, which may include chemical, ammunitions, or riot control agents.
Okay, it's a typical loudspeaker warning to disperse. We gave the local code enforcement for that. I said to leave southbound on Franklin.
That you guys?
That was not a gun.
I hope that's you guys.
That was not a gun.
It's not the 4th of July.
So I'm unclear. Unclear if I'm allowed to be here.
Hey, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. That's all I have to say. You guys are fucking awesome.
I'll walk with this crew a little bit.
These trees are real pretty though. Really beautiful. Shit. I feel like I'm at the movie.
I'm gonna pass by you guys, excuse me.
He's getting that scene.
Group up there. Again, I'm not 100% sure if I'm allowed to be here. I do have official press pass credentials, not fake press. I am affiliated with. So, not sure if I'm allowed to be here or not. A hysterical girl over there crying.
This is to declare an unlawful assembly.
Moving the dumpsters that have been put in the street.
Southbound on Franklin and eastbound on 8th Street. Southbound on Franklin and eastbound on 8th Street. Failure to leave may result in the use of force against you, which may include chemical or ammunition or riot control agents.
Netflix movie about this shit.
You guys need to go that way. Eastbound on 8th Street.
You guys need to leave the area. Do it now.
Hey, my house is right there. I live in those apartments. Those are coming?
No, you need to go around the long way, man. Stand behind us like this. Come on, we can't even send APH support.
No, yeah, I get it.
Where do you want fair warning, please?
Where do you want us? Yeah. Go this way. This way.
These people have obviously never been shot by a munitions round. I can tell you that it hurts very much bad. Very, very painful. Try to cut through here. As far as I can tell, the officers are only shooting flashbangs, just percussion noise devices. I don't see any gas or smell gas. I haven't seen any light explosions, just the noise. By the Homer. Mind your business, buddy. A lot of homelessness in downtown Vancouver. I wouldn't expect it. Well, I never expect it, but every time I come into downtown Vancouver, I'm surprised. As I was saying earlier, there are a lot of like halfway houses, rehab houses, and nursing homes that it's their last resort to go to. And a lot of those are here in downtown Vancouver. A lot of these buildings are really, really old, just like 100 years old or so, and they've never been really completely refurbished or brought up to date. Still old piping, electricity. I got one more block before I go up to the groups. Some of the usual suspects there. The tall guy that I just passed was back a few months ago when there was that medical situation in front of the Justice Center, and they weren't treating the guy. I was trying to help, and they made a wall and started trying to push me out. Anyways, that was the guy that was pretending to be a trained medical professional taking charge. Couple dozen, maybe 50, 75 people here at the corner of Esther Schultz Park, chanting, "We are not done, we're not done."
Yeah.
That guy again.
No, I have like a 5-day log for this thing.
Alright, he knows to come back.
The police might have either stopped where they were or retreated. Yeah, looks like the police retreated from their spot here, putting the dumpsters back out in the road.
We have room to put this.
They're actually cleaning up.
Whatever it is. Oh, did it. Why? Why? Don't be like kids. God. Go home. Excuse me, guys.
This is a local street. This isn't the Antifa crowd. There's one medic guy is there in it. But I was wondering why the rioters were cleaning this up. A couple of the medic crew cleaning stuff up. Got glass over here. It was mostly like locals, I think. Just cleaning up a little bit. There's glass all over the ground here. Maybe I drive through here is possibly gonna get a pop tire.
You guys are doing this every night.
What'd you say? thing that you have to know about these people that I've seen the last couple months is it's not all one uniform group. They might all be unified in a sense of like a mob thing, where they just think they're just for coming out and taking a stance against just anybody that was killed by the cops, and without even deciding if it was a just shooting or not. But some of the people out in these protest crowds are just caught up in the movement, and they actually are out there for altruistic means, even though, I mean, they think they're out there saving the world. They don't want to hurt anybody. They want to do good things. There was a police shooting last night in Hazeldale.
Okay.
Clark County Drug Task Force following a man. They followed him into the U.S. Bank parking lot over by Fred Meyer.
Yeah.
He opened up fire on the police, and the police shot him, and he died. So they had like about 500 maybe Antifa, Black Lives Matter types showing up and protesting up there and started a memorial. And then Patriots and Proud Boys showed up too to kind of counter protest, to stop them from rioting if that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And then they all the protester types came down to the park over here. They've been marching through the neighborhood, so now the cops are trying to put a quash on it for the night.
What was was that flashbangs or what the fuck was that?
Yeah, it's just noise percussions
Okay.
that the cops are shooting to try to startle and break up the crowd.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Live in the neighborhood here?
I live, well, kind of right downtown. I work down here, so we
Yeah.
come down and shop to grab some stuff, me and my kid, and I just, she was like, what the fuck?
Craziness, huh?
Yeah.
It's like this is what Portland is for the last 4 months, man.
Hey, look, I ran out of gas over there on my motorcycle.
Yeah?
At 2 in the morning, over there. Man, I didn't know if I was gonna get scalped and robbed or what, but it was actually cool, you know. I was like, hey man, I'm just trying to get some gas, like pushing my bike through the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's crazy to get caught in the middle of a mob. It can be scary.
Right.
Yeah. What do you think about all the riots that have been happening the last couple months?
Honestly, man, I don't even pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah?
I don't. I got
I see you got a flagpole tied up back there. You've been riding around doing the Trump parade?
No, that's a jack.
Oh, it's a jack?
That's a jack handle.
Oh, I thought it was one of those flagpoles.
No, that's a floor jack handle.
Oh,
man.
yeah. Okay. All right. All right, man. All right, I'm going to I'm filming right now, so I'm going to go keep on.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking, man. Dude, these guys aren't messing around. Once they get to the crowd up there, we'll see what happens. Can I pet your dog?
You have to.
I
He
do.
loves everyone.
I do have to. What's his name?
Maxwell,
Oh
or
my-
Meatball, or Pork Chop. Oh, it looks like a dog toy. He sees the fur, he's like, hello. No, he's super friendly.
Bulldogs are my favorite.
He just doesn't like the cops. Because they're so bossy and mean and
What's a good boy?
and grouchy.
He's a good boy.
He's the best boy. Thank,
Thank you.
I'll come back anytime.
All right. Yeah, why are you targeting me for getting jumped? Everybody's giving me notes. They're watching your stream tonight. You're telling everybody to come find me and where I'm at. Why are you doing that, Adam?
You could rewatch my stream if you want to and send me a clip if you think that's true. I just was told that that was you. I never talked to you, so.
Yeah, I met you in Eugene that one time.
Oh, you're in Eugene?
Yeah, remember when that crazy guy was in the truck, in the van, saying he was like a intelligence officer for...
Maybe. There's a lot of crazy times in Eugene.
Yeah. A lot of people send me a lot of clips from your stream about you trying to get people to find where I am and come after me.
I mean, send them to me or post them if that's
So you're
the
saying that's
case.
not true?
Yeah.
Okay, man.
I mean, if you have clips, then I don't know why you're asking me.
Yeah. So how come you're coming up right now? Are you just trying to get me on camera, or what's going on?
Well, I never.
I'll be honest with you, man. I don't trust you as far as I can throw a fat woman.
I don't trust you either, so that doesn't make a difference.
Why don't you trust me? I haven't attacked anybody. I don't go out and the only people that I've tried to get in trouble is I helped them get Keith Love in trouble when he kicked that kid in the head for no reason. And all I did was show the video over and over and show things that other people have already put online.
I mean, your associates and the people you roll around with aren't welcome here.
Who do I roll around with, dude? Everybody thinks I roll with people, and I know the people on the Patriot side. And I traveled to New York with a bunch of people that were going up there already, but I went up there to film 9/11. I'm independent, dude, and I'm in the middle. I try to talk to Antifa just as much as I try to talk to the other. I'm not for this shit, like spray painting our beautiful parks and destroying, breaking the Target or the Starbucks window over there, and terrorizing neighborhoods and smashing up businesses. And I think from everything I've heard so far, it looked like last night he opened fire on the police. It sounds like it was a justified shooting. There's even tweets he sent out before saying he was going to shoot them before they came up on it. So if you guys have a justified death of someone by the police, you tell me. I'll come out here and march with you guys. But at most of these things, it's pretty murky, and for you to just drop everything, start marching the streets for this stuff, I don't agree with that. Eric Garner, the dude gets killed by the cops in New York City for selling Lucy's. That was fucked up. That was an overreach
How many does it take though? I mean, George Floyd was fucked up too.
I don't think so. I don't think George Floyd was a situation of police murder. He was high on fentanyl and methamphetamine that day. He was a known criminal. He did some bad things all the time.
They still killed him though.
But he was no. I don't think they did. From his meth and fentanyl use, he was having an overdose. He'd also pulled that. There's also another instance where he was arrested before and he pulled that same stuff like Mama. That's the way he tried to get out of arrest. It's in there. And offers to show him shit, and had his fucking neck on his knee on his neck for that long, especially after he went unconscious. He still kept his knee on his neck. But the dude was a giant, and I personally don't think that he died because of the police actions. I think he died because of his drug use.
So you're saying the narrative that BLM is trying to paint that black people are killed more proportionately than anybody else is wrong?
More white people are killed in the U.S. Obviously, there are far less blacks in the U.S., but
it's per capita. Black people are killed more per capita.
How about this? When there is an engagement with the police and violence happens, white people are usually killed more than black people in those situations. When there's an engagement with the police with white people versus black people, it gets aggressive more often when it's a black suspect.
I just feel like you should feel disgusting, justifying murder like that.
Well, name the murder. What murder was it?
George Floyd. That's
George Floyd is not murdered by police.
That is
simply not true.
You're saying he deserved to die on that curb.
How many?
He couldn't have gone to jail.
How did you just come to that? I said it wasn't murder, and then you said I think I deserve he to die. Those things aren't the same. Those are two different things.
So if it was a murder, then it's justified.
I don't think it was a murder.
Was it justified to you?
I think that he died as a course of the life he lived, and
That's not what I asked.
You live by the sword.
That's not what I asked.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Okay. Do you feel like it was right for your counterparts to come and counter-protest the vigil?
Yes, because it was widely spread that you guys were going to, or not you guys, it was widely spread that people were going to not rob, but vandalize and terrorize, and so they showed up to keep that from happening.
They showed up on a political note. They didn't show up on like let's protect buildings. They showed up with like Trump flags and stuff.
Yeah, just like your guys' crew, you guys got a bunch of infighting, right? There's a whole bunch of different points. There's like Antifa, there's Black Lives Matter, there's different Black Lives Matter, there's different Antifa groups, there's anarchists out there also, a whole bunch of different people. Same thing on the Patriot side. They all got different points of view, and they have a lot of infighting. Same thing. So like what I don't agree with, there was a booth that came out up at across the street from Saloon 99, and he was a merch booth. He was selling flags and all kind of stuff. I don't agree with that. I also don't agree with the Black Lives Matter booth down at the Justice Center, like turning it into a capitalist movement. So yeah. I'm honestly in the middle, you guys. Like, if you show me a police shooting of an innocent person, I'll be out in the streets marching with you. I'm not going to throw bricks through the windows. I'm not going to be trying to shine lights in citizens' homes and terrorizing them.
Is Breonna Taylor not enough for you?
As far as I understand, Breonna Taylor, that's another situation where she chose a lifestyle.
I assume you're pro Second Amendment.
I am very big.
So if anyone opened your door or kicked your front door and you'd shoot them. If I came to your house tonight after you went home and I kicked your front door and you would shoot me.
I would. That would be an option, yes.
You wouldn't shoot if I kicked multiple times. You're yelling, "Who is it?" and then I kick your door.
I'm a pretty controlled person. I don't act against people in violence very easily. So I would probably be screaming at you before you made it through the door and warning you that I had a gun. I'd probably shoot a couple of warning shots. But if you got in my house and were coming at me, yeah, I'd blast you away. But the thing is you can't just pick one little detail. Yeah, I'm against no-knock warrants. I don't agree with it. But what about when there is a criminal that's a harm to the society, and by knocking and
he wasn't that criminal. He wasn't even that criminal.
Let me ask you this. So obviously, one of the things I want to do is I want to go through these stories. You know I got my platform. And I want to do like a video on each one of these people, and I want to have a discussion about it. People will actually have a discussion about it. Usually there's like certain chants, like Black Lives Matter, say their name, and there's no discussion to have.
I agree with that.
But I don't know all of the details in these. Like I said, Eric Garner, not down with that. Trayvon Martin looked like that dude was out just causing havoc. He had all the ingredients for Glee. He had Glee. He had the ingredients for Glee. It's a drug. It's cough syrup, Arizona tea, and Skittles, and you mix them together, and it creates this drug called Glee.
That means you deserve to die.
Huh?
That means you deserve to die.
You guys need that kind of stuff. Like I say one thing,
well,
that means you hate every little puppy in the world.
Because you're justifying death. What you're doing by that is justifying death. You said Trayvon Martin, but.
So I didn't say but. I said Trayvon Martin, and then I started describing some of the situations in the neighborhood. So he was in a neighborhood where they weren't supposed to be in, and they had a neighborhood.
Supposed to be in. What does that mean?
And it's a private residential neighborhood, and he was wandering through the neighborhood. That's not normal in most places in the country. You don't just wander through someone's neighborhood. Usually there's a route to walk towards somewhere you want to go. But George Zimmerman was. You think I'm going on the risk?
You don't get shot for walking in the neighborhood.
You just said that. That's exactly what I was gonna say. It's like, how can you not have the freedom to walk through a neighborhood? If I'm walking home and I want to take a shortcut through this neighborhood, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. There should be no reason.
Let me ask you.
There should be no conclusion. Death should not be the conclusion in any scenario.
You jump into things again too. Did I say that death should happen because you walk through someone's neighborhood?
It sounds like a justification.
I didn't say that. No, I'm trying to label some of the details that happened in that case so we don't get hysterical and just jump to conclusions. George Zimmerman was the neighborhood watch guy in that neighborhood. He went up, as far as I understand the story, he went up and confronted Trayvon Martin.
A little boy.
And he was 17 years old.
He's not grown.
He's not. To say a little boy is like it's kind of stretching the fact.
He's not an adult.
Let's say what he was. Though he was a 17-year-old man.
A 17-year-old man.
Second child.
How's that biased language? Okay.
Anyway.
The guy you're defending literally signs bags of Skittles and sells them online.
You keep trying to like you're just
because
trying to look for
murderer,
you're
bro,
not actually
you're
having a conversation.
A
So, as far as I understand the story, he's walking through the neighborhood. George Zimmerman confronts him as a neighborhood watch and says, "You got to get out of here. You're not supposed to be in this neighborhood. Why are you walking through our neighborhood?" and then Zimmerman,
automatically.
Martin attacked him.
Like automatically, like if somebody comes up to me and says, "Oh, what are you doing in my neighborhood? You're not supposed to be in my neighborhood." What are you gonna think?
If I'm walking through their neighborhood and I've got no business in their neighborhood, I would probably like. Let me ask you this: if it was someone's yard, if you had a big old property and they're walking through your yard, would you think that was okay to cut through
somebody's yard?
I'm asking you that. I'm making a point. Would it be okay to cut through someone's yard?
But let's stick to, like you said.
Well, I'm making a point. I'm making a point.
The whole
I'm
argument,
discussing
right?
with you. I'm not trying to trap you. I'm making a point. Would you cut through someone's yard and not expect them to be mad if they caught you?
I mean, cutting through somebody's yard is not the same as cutting through a neighborhood.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm guessing you're from Portland, right?
No.
So around the area. So the way that neighborhoods are set up in Portland and these areas, pretty much, are it's like a grid. In the streets lead everywhere. A lot of places in the country, we got their approach. I don't have press credentials on because I try to film without getting attacked. Do we have to
Out of the park, leave.
Does press have to leave?
Yes.
If I have press credentials, I have to leave? Okay, all right, thank you. I don't like that guy, Adam. He's very deceitful. You guys, if you would, if any of you know when it was, I want the receipts, and I'm going to show that to Adam if he wants to call me out on it. If you guys know where he's calling for people to try to find me and try to get me jumped, please send me those clips. Send them to Villain Report DM Twitter, Villain Report DM on Facebook, Villain Report, it's Villain Report at gmail.com. I'm going to get out of here because I don't want to get arrested. They said that the dispersal is for press too. I don't know if that's true or if they were just saying that. Hey, do you guys know if you have official press credentials are exempt from this here or no? Not exempt? Not in Vancouver? All right, thank you.
That's why we're standing right here.
Yeah. So, I gotta get out of here. I'm not gonna get arrested to film this. So if any of you guys were watching that conversation, you're Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and actually want to be a part of a dialogue like that, discuss. I will start doing a podcast pretty soon. I'm going to have try to get a bunch of different guests on different sides to talk about these things. You guys can say whatever you want. And just a second ago when they were saying I'm rolling around with the Patriot crowd, yeah, I know some of those people, and I've talked to them, and I think they're good people. But I'm not affiliated with any organization. I'm not affiliated with Black to Blue or Antifa or Proud Boys or Black Lives Matter or anything. I'm my own guy, and I get along with a lot of the people that I meet on the Patriot side because they're not trying to jump me and they like me and they're polite and friendly. I have gotten along with some people on the Black Lives Matter side. I don't agree with what they're doing. Or the Antifa side, I don't agree with what they're doing, but I am honestly in the middle. I have views all over the board, and I really want our country to come to peace. And yeah, if you guys are the ones out there hurting people and committing crimes and destroying people's property, I think you should go to jail. You're making the country worse. Not really sure what I want to do here. I can't go that way. That's a dead end. Don't want to get arrested. I'm not in a spot I want to be. I feel like I keep having to defend myself and who I am and what I'm doing. But, if you really want to know, you can send me a message and ask me. maybe I need to make a intro video to my YouTube channel describing myself. But I'm against hurting people. I'm against crimes. I'm against destroying private and public property. I'm against just emotional knee-jerk rioting for ridiculous reasons. Like I am against the war on drugs, but drug dealers typically aren't just selling drugs. They're typically living a gangster lifestyle and hurting people. And like the guy last night shooting at cops. I love my country. I love people that love our country. I don't like people that are hurting other people. Riot stuff needs to stop. I was actually enjoying trying to have that conversation with those guys. Even when you do get a good conversation like that, or it's actually a good back and forth, a lot of times it's really frustrating because the people you have the conversation with, like the very next day, they're just saying the complete opposite thing. So I keep seeing my conversations with Dustin, the guy in the wheelchair. So me and him will have a really good conversation. And the next day he'll be on Twitter threatening to have people throw cement milkshakes at me, or he'll be
Don't turn that towards us.
I'll film in a public place when I want to.
Don't turn that shit towards me. I'm telling you what you're doing, and he's saying you're risking. Because clearly you don't give a fuck.
You don't threaten me, and I won't threaten you. I've got people all around me. If you want to come jump me, they will be on here you in a second.
Oh, so you a fucking kid lover. Oh, okay. That's
Stop making the world worse, you crappy people. Sane people that don't know how to control their emotions. Anybody's watching that, you're on the other side, you're on the riot side, Black Lives Matter, Antifa side. You need to come out and commit crimes and do a riot and not wear a mask and then blame somebody else for getting your face on camera. You're an idiot. Let's see if this guy wants to give me an interview over here. I'll put him off camera because I know just being on camera, but I'll ask him if I can do an interview on him. I don't want to get him targeted for being on camera. Do you mind if I interviewed you real quick?
Okay. What do you want to interview me about?
I've been documenting this for a couple months. I started the first day Portland had a riot, and I'm just trying. My thing is, I try to film this stuff, and then I also just talk to the people that are locally getting affected by it. And
I only just.
This is live right now. I'm going to mute it for a second. Yeah, just. Oh yeah? The franchise? Alright, here they come right here. No, I'm gonna stay out here. I appreciate that. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'll duck in there with you. Thank you. I'm from Portland. I've been documenting this.
I was talking to a woman that she kind of said she knew you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm the Villain Report. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. And I just started documenting this from day one. I'm not for the riots and all this stuff. I'm against it. If the police actually unjustly kill somebody, then yes, I'm. Look at these guys. They're just mindless animals.
This is the guy told to get off our property.
Yeah.
I didn't want the cops going up between our two buildings.
Yeah.
You're on private property, dude. Huh? Whip it out. Whip it out. Yeah. I bite.
I'm gonna go step out here. Thank you, sir.
Move him out of here.
Move out! Move back! You have to move!
Coward! Coward!
You guys, I'm here in Vancouver, Washington. This is downtown Vancouver. This is right across the river from Portland. Tonight, about 300 to 500 originally Antifa, Black Lives Matter, anarchist protesters and rioter types all came out together to create a vigil at up in Hazeldale, Washington, at the U.S. Bank, where a young man was killed last night. There's a man named Kevin Peterson, goes by KP. He was allegedly a drug dealer. A lot of people known him in the area for being a drug dealer. Clark County Drug Task Force, had him in their targets. They were chasing him. He pulled into the U.S. Bank parking lot, and Kevin Peterson opened fired on the police, and the police returned fire, killing him. That is according to the sheriff, the Clark County Sheriff's report that came out today, his press release. Somebody was showing me tweets from last night. I think the timestamp was 8:24 p.m. from Kevin Peterson, that he was saying that he was going to open fire on the police before they could come and get him. You guys can check those out yourself. So they protested up there around the U.S. Bank and up to Saloon 99. Has been a restaurant that's been targeted by Antifa and Black Lives Matter lately, because Proud Boys and some patriot groups have had after protest or after party there, and that's I believe, if I'm not incorrect, where the Proud Boy Shane was run over by a Black Lives Matter person outside that restaurant. So after that, or while they're there, counter-protests came up. The Proud Boys and different patriot groups showed up to ensure that these groups of demonstrators didn't turn into a riot and start causing havoc in Vancouver or Hazeldale. Then the Antifa, Black Lives Matter groups decided they were going to leave that area and come down to Esther Short Park area. This is downtown Vancouver. And they marched through the area a little bit, shouting and banging the drums. They said that they're going to be starting again tomorrow night at 9. Right now, the police have engaged with the crowd. Look, I got a super chat. So, Jamie Wright, since $5, keep it up. Thank you, Jamie. Right now, I don't know, about half an hour ago, the police started really engaging and they're clearing the area. I have not seen any arrests or takedowns yet, but the police did come in pretty hot and heavy with dozens of police cars, lights and sirens blasting like crazy. Right now, the crowds have been very, very quite dispersed. There's not very many people left out here, at least not in one group. I'll be leaving here in a minute because it's very, very unclear if I am exempt from the dispersal order as press. I do have official press credentials. I'm not just LARPing. And again, I've been getting for weeks statements that people say that Adam Carolla, let's see here, another super chat, $5 by Roxanne Shelby, thank you, $5, be safe young man, thank you. For weeks.
This is the Clark County Sheriff's Office. This has been declared an unlawful assembly. You're required to disperse and leave the area immediately. For failure to disperse, pursuant to RCW 9A 84, 020. Please walk southbound on Columbia, on the sidewalk, out of the roadway, southbound on Columbia. Failure to leave could result in use of force against you, which may include chemical, impact munitions, or riot control agent. Leave now, southbound on Columbia, out of the street, on the sidewalk. Thank you.
Again, what I was saying, for many weeks now, people have been telling me that Adam Carolla has been trying to target attention on me tonight. Many people told me that he and some other streamers are trying to target me and find me and try to point me out to the crowd, basically trying to get me attacked. He did come up and get me on camera. I had a little conversation with him. He denied it completely. He also had that Adam Carolla smirk on his face, and I know many of you that have heard him talk and seen his actions. He's, I don't know him well, but from what my experiences with him, he seems like kind of a slippery dude, not very honest or truthful. But anyways, for those of you that do know if he has done that, targeted me, if you could clip that, find that, and send it to me, I'd like to confront him on that, see if he'll admit it, and see if he'll...
This is the Clark County Sheriff's Office. This has been declared an unlawful assembly. You're required to disperse and leave the area immediately, or you will be subject to arrest for failure to disperse pursuant to RCW 9A84020. Please walk northbound on Columbia. Northbound on Columbia, out of the street, on the sidewalk. Failure to leave could result in the use of force against you, which may include chemical or impact munitions or riot control agents. Leave now. Northbound on Columbia, out of the street, on the sidewalk. Thank you. This is the Clark County Sheriff's Office. This has been declared an unlawful assembly. You're required to disperse and leave the area immediately, or you will be subject to arrest for failure to disperse pursuant to RCW 9A84020. Please continue walking northbound on Columbia, out of the street, on the sidewalk. Northbound on Columbia. Failure to leave could result in the use of force against you, which may include chemical or impact munitions or riot control agents. Continue northbound on Columbia, out of the street, on the sidewalk. Thank you.
Kevin Peterson! No justice! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! Kevin Peterson! Kevin Peterson! Say his name! Kevin Peterson!
That's about it for me, guys. Alright guys, I think that's it for me. As most of the crowd here left is just docile people that aren't going to start too much stuff with the police. I doubt the police are going to engage with force at this point. If they would have done it already. So, I'll stand here for like 2 or 3 minutes. And engage with the chat. Okay, engage with the chat here for a minute so the crowd gets up here, then I'm going to get up.
This is the Clark County Sheriff's Office. This has been declared an unlawful assembly. You're required to disperse and leave the area immediately, or you will be subject to arrest for failure to disperse pursuant to RCW 9884020.
You see like stuff like this right in front of me, where that guy and the girl are playing. It's like a joke to them. It's just like this party and this game. It's like adult hide and go seek and tag, and most of these people out here just have it. It's what's the fun. It's the fun thing to do tonight. Gator says they're grabbing people.
This is the Clark County Sheriff's Office. This has been declared an unlawful assembly. You're required to disperse and leave the area immediately, or you will be subject to arrest for failure to disperse.
These people have such. We're so lucky that we have like civilized police departments. Kind of back in the day where they just like start yelling, screaming and cussing at them, and then beating them with billy clubs. I'm hungry. The best part of the night was that white bulldog. It's a fat bulldog. He was all beef too. Wasn't squishy. All beef. It's a beef ball. I could pet him again. And for the most part, successfully cleared the park. Group of officers coming back there. Looks like they've got an arrestee with them. One of these people that's been arrested is still saying ACAB. Have fun in the Clark County jail. I'm sure it's going to be a little different than the Multnomah County jail.
All
Crazy people. Alright, I'm going to walk up here one more time. Take a look at this corner up here. I'm going to shut the stream off and get out of here. I'm hungry. Hungry, hungry, hungry. What's up, guys? Oh, how you guys doing?
I'm trying to understand why they attack Starbucks if Starbucks supports Black Lives Matter.
Well, this gentleman here is the association of this building and the businesses here. And he said he even supports these movement.
Yeah.
But he was saying that Starbucks doesn't pay for that that window, that the association of this building will have to pay for it. So they attack Starbucks and all the other things because it's the communist thing. They're attacking the corporations. Yeah.
Amazing they hit those windows but didn't hit any of the other ones.
Yeah. Well, it's in an alcove, so they can be a little sneakier. Yeah. A little less brazen. All right, guys, I'm going to shut the stream down. Most of the crowd has been dispersed. There's not really much else to film. I've successfully filmed without getting arrested or attacked tonight, so that's a good note. So I'm going to check out. I'm going to stay out here, look at the chat for about another minute. If anybody wants to say anything, I'll say answer your question, but I'm going to get off here real quick. Thanks, Josh. Eat from the UK. Thanks, Gator. Thank you. Thanks, MM. Clayton says, thank you. Glad you love my great state of Florida. Stacey, I didn't know you were from Florida, Clayton. I thought you were up in Portland with us. See all these thank yous. Appreciate it, guys. All right, you guys, I'm out. The report is out. Thanks for watching. You have a nice night. And once again, happy birthday. I guess it's probably no longer the same day, but happy birthday to Proud America and my mom, Maud. My lips are sticking. But you guys have a good night. Villain Report out.